Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Haut Beyleron here in Farming Simulator 22 with me, CWATTY, as we are currently in the process of cultivating the big field following our soybean harvest in the last episode. We're going to come back and keep our eye on this fella throughout the episode today because he's obviously got quite a lot of work to do. However, there is quite a lot of things for us to do as well. Grass is all fine at the minute. We ain't got any mowing to do. We're going to leave the oilseed radish on fields 33 and 36. We've got nothing planted on 31 currently. Everything seems good. I'm just a bit concerned. The grapes are a bit weird. I thought I'd have to prune those, but apparently not. Right, so today, first things, we're going to check silo situations. October is now the best time to sell wheat. However, we keep the wheat for the chickens. We could sell our canola. Which would be good. It's not the right time of year to sell soybeans. Silage, big time of year to sell silage. So we need to crack on with the silage selling. What, 612,000 litres of silage to sell, ladies and gents. And that's what we're going to have Mr. Massey Ferguson do today. So, hayloft. Let's check. The animal supplies. Yes, livestock market. Right, we want him to do. Get him to start off by doing 8 runs, I think. He can load up 8 runs of silage, take that off and sell it for us. He says, all the while forgetting, of course, that I've got a massive bunker load of silage still to empty. Forgot about that. That needs to go in that hayloft too. Right, grab Mr. New Holland. He can grab our normal, regular old trailer. We can empty the silage into the hayloft, which can then get emptied into the loading wagon, which can be taken and sold. Should have emptied this really the other day off camera. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get a screenshot for the thumbnail. Always useful to have. Got a horrible feeling though that this thing has run out of silage. pickup range on this is not fantastic, is it? But yes, got the mulching finished on field 43 over there. We haven't got any fertiliser applied to field 43. So field 43 will be seeded with oilseed radish when the time comes. The joys of this software bunker, folks. The fun and games we've had with that. There's a good chance I won't be making silage in future in the silage bunker. Because I do believe, I've been informed today that in the last update for the game, patch 1.3 that Giants did, they've messed with some things in the game and broken some things, and one of the things they've managed to break again is the walls of bunkers and silos and things where material falls through it. So for that very reason I'm probably not going to use the silage bunker here for making silage anymore. In fact, I think probably once I've emptied the bunker this time round, I will sell the bunker, remove it from my farm. I have an alternative way of making silage. I've got a fermenting silo, which I've actually placed over by the field 48 down here. So I've got a fermenting silo set up where I can deliver my grass to and have it turned into silage. It also acts as a secondary storage point, so, and a silo afterwards, so it will store the silage there. So basically, whereas at the moment I'm delivering from the hayloft to the animal supplies, in future I will just deliver from the fermenting silo to the animal supplies. Makes life a lot easier. Like I say, I just don't want to have the issues with the bunker that I had earlier on in the series, where stuff would get stuck in the... Well, stuff got used in at the beginning of the game. Stuff got stuck in the bunker. You couldn't empty it. You couldn't actually get the stuff out. And then Giants fixed that in the first game update. Now they seem to have gone the total opposite way with the last game update, 1.3, where now everything just falls through the walls and ends up going everywhere. Yeah. There's a couple of weird things have come to light since the last episode, which I record. Obviously, the last episode of the series I recorded the morning the patch dropped, so no one had a chance to experience anything. You know, the patch was fresh out the box, and you know, the most obvious people were checking for the obvious fixes and stuff that had been promised to be fixed in the update. Saw stuff was working fine and everything, and you know, issues that they reported had been solved, and were rejoicing that yay, the game's been fixed. Now players have had a chance to actually put more hours in to the game over the last 4 days with the new update. It's quickly come to light that in fixing some things, Giants have actually broken more stuff in the game. There's issues with multiplayer. There's issues with trailers with straps that breaks collisions on products. There's issues with pallets in the game. Some of the production pallets produced by your factories have been broken because for some reason Giants have some of the pallets don't spawn now with collision boxes and stuff like this. They're supposed to. Some do, some don't, and that causes all sorts of problems when you're loading them and trying to unload them. Some sell points will not accept pallets now because of that, the ones without the collision boxes. So some people are finding in their games they can't sell certain products now because the pallets aren't recognised by the sell points. I mean, I shouldn't laugh because obviously we've been waiting 4 months for this game to get, you know, suitably patched and addressed, and you know, for us players to be given the game that Giants kind of promised us, you know, when they announced it, you know, and showing off all the things that this game was going to be able to do and how much of an improvement it was going to be over FS19. And yet 4 months on, we've still got a very buggy, glitchy experience. And it's great that Giants are posting stuff about DLCs, the first DLCs, and merchandise shops and everything like that. And they're posting all that stuff on their websites and social media platforms, and on their ambassadors are talking about, and their, you know, their Giants ambassadors on YouTube and Twitch and stuff are all bigging that up and playing the PR game. But everybody else just wants a freaking game that works, and we still don't have that 4 months after release. So Giants, please pull your fingers out, lads and lasses. You know, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable for the game to be in this state this long after release. 4 months, you know. I would say focus, get the PC version ready, okay? Almost to the point I would get 2 teams. I'd have 2 teams working on it, so that one team focuses on updating and rolling out hot fixes, quick fixes for the PC guys, and then have your other team working on the longer patches for the console players, because obviously the console patch system much different. All the fixes and stuff like that have to be gathered together, grouped together into one big update, because that update has to go to Sony and Microsoft for testing and certification before it can be released on consoles. Okay, so yeah, I can understand Giants not wanting to release little updates and little fixes on consoles, because, you know, submitting stuff to Sony and Microsoft, it's money, it's time and it's money. They'd rather submit all the fixes in one lump sum, one bulk update. But on PC, for players like me, there's no reason for them to do that. They can roll out updates on Steam straight away. You know, they can hot fix the game. They could use the development, they could use the like the beta thing, the version thing in Steam, where you can, as a player, can log in and select which version of the game you want to install. So first and foremost, give players the opportunity to roll back to 1.2 and undo your recent patch fixes and changes, but then let them enroll into test versions, you know, to see if things have been fixed. You know, games like American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, they do a very good job of that, putting up the like the beta versions, the test versions that players can, you know, voluntarily switch over to and install, test out, but at any time they can opt out of that and go back to the actual released version. And it's a great way for players to help the developer. In the case of the Truck Simulator games, SCS, the players help SCS bug fix the updates and patches, you know. Because again, as good as a development company, as good as a development company's QA team might be, and their testers and stuff might be, it's no substitute from actually having players playing the game, because ultimately at the end of the day there's always going to be one player that does something a little bit different, who does something a little bit out of the box that no developer could have imagined or predicted they would do, and it causes a problem. It breaks something. So yeah, you need the players to be testing and bug finding, because again, a lot of QA testers are only going to work to a script, if you like, that they've been asked to do by the programmers and stuff. The problem with that is they're not testing everything then. You know, it's like, okay, they're looking at and testing to see if, you know, they fixed and patched the reported issues. However, at the same time, they don't look to see if those fixes and updates have caused new problems. You know, they just go down the checklist. Has this been fixed? Yes or no. Has this error been fixed? Yes or no. And once they tick all those items off the checklist, they say, yeah, patch is good to go. But as I say, they don't check to see if, at any point, they have broken other things in the game, like the pallets, production pallets, like the tension straps on trailers, like multiplayer servers, players getting stuck at 99% trying to connect to their own servers since the update. So yeah, and of course I'm in a difficult position, because obviously I make the content, I'm playing the game, and for the most part I am enjoying the game and I'm having fun with the game. Sure, there are some things that are annoying me about Farm Sim 22, but 4 months from release, still here, still haven't been fixed, haven't been resolved by giants, and that's, again, it's annoying me a little bit, but it's not, you know, it's not major game breaking things, you know, that are bugging me and annoying me. It's not major game breaking bugs. I'm not getting annoyed by those, because, you know, every video game has things. What annoys me is some of the little stuff, the stuff that makes absolutely zero sense, and I don't see why it's so hard for them to fix it or change it. A prime example being opening the menu with a controller. I press the options button to open the menu to look at the map. I go, okay, yeah, I'm having a look, seeing what I want to see. I want to exit out of the menu. I'm pressing the options button again, and I can't exit out of the menu. You know? That is annoying. If I open the shop menu with the select button on the controller, I can close the shop menu with the select button. Why doesn't it work for the main menu? Why do I have to press the B button to exit out of the main menu? Which, in my case, when I open the main menu and then press B to exit it, it activates the cruise control on the vehicle I'm in, which can be very bad. But for everybody else who hasn't changed their key bindings, they will find when they exit out of the menu, they're hiring an AI worker. You know, and again, that's such a simple little user interface thing. But when you've played the game for almost 5 hours, in my case now, it's annoying that it's still there. You know? You press the menu button to open the menu, you press the menu button to close it, and it doesn't close. I have to use a completely different button. There's other things as well, like the issue with the actual menu, and coming into some of these menus in-game, and scrolling down the menus using a controller, if you're on PC. It's okay. However, because I'm scrolling through the list with a controller, when I reach a certain point, the page scrolls back to the top. So if I go AI worker refill manure, scroll down, it goes back to the top. Pause game. It doesn't keep going down the list. There's actually more options. There's more options below AI worker refill because there's options now to reduce the maintenance interval, how long it takes vehicles to how long it is before you have to repair vehicles and tools, and the cost of how long it takes, how much the repairs cost, and when you do repair your vehicles and your tools. And there's also options for paint, how often you have to repaint your vehicles and tools, and how expensive that is. I can't access those options with controller. If I switch to the mouse, I could scroll down a bit further and I can see those options. So again, just something like that, a simple user interface bug, where if you're using a different controller, you can't see and access all the options in all the different menus. That's annoying. I can't believe nobody at Giants has picked that up. Does anyone do the people at Giants play the game with controllers, or do they just use keyboard and mouse? Because surely if you've played the game with a controller or a wheel, you have seen these issues. You have come across them. You know, I can safely say I think in every other video game I've ever played, if I press the pause button and I want to pause the game and access the menu, I press the same button to unpause the game and come out of the menu. Farm Sim's the only flipping game I think I've ever played where I have to press two different buttons to enter and exit the menu. But anyway, we're going to sell our canola. Today's video is probably going to be a rant video. I probably should have put that up as a warning. I'm probably going to have me ranty pants on today. I'm slightly angry head. It's Monday morning. I'm a little bit tired. Not slept well. I'm a little bit tired. You know, I've got zero tolerance for anything because of that. My tolerance for stuff not working properly, not working correctly in anything, whether it's computer games or real life stuff, is at an absolute zero. Not be doing with stuff not working as it is supposed to today. Things will get thrown, things will get broken if it freaking winds me up. Today's a day where every single thing on this planet needs to do exactly what it's supposed to do. First time of asking. So yeah, we've got the cultivator starting off going round now doing the headlands. That's good. He's actually got on really quickly with that. Really quickly. Now, I've not checked our productions today. I know there is maybe some flour I need to go and move. And get the flour shifted up to the bakery. We'll do a quick stock check in a minute. I know when it comes to wool and fabric and stuff, I don't have a lot of that stuff going on at the moment. Sheeps have kind of slowed down their wool production because obviously they want to keep their woolly coats on for the winter. Winter's coming, so they want to keep their jumpers firmly attached. It keeps taking the silage. We're up to 333,000, ladies and gents. that's good. Because like I say, one of the things I want to do... One of the things I want to do is maybe buy some more fields. I really would like to get field 30. Because there's always the option then I can remove the stupid dirt path that runs between 30 and 33 and make that a massive field. Humongous field. I could then even almost possibly think about if I bought field 32, I could remove the path there, kind of maybe do a little bit of a thing from here where I kind of curve into 32 and then join 32 into 33, remove all the stuff in the middle here. And then basically this would all be one big, massive mamma jamma field. And that would be pretty awesome. We've obviously got some little fields down here. It's all very expensive. All very pricey. Like I say, I'm only interested in the fields down here. We're not in this series going to be buying any of the fields above the river. We're not going north on the map. But yeah, I really do now need to have a think about the old silage bunker situation. I could remove it. I don't know what I would place in its place then. Whether I would just leave that space empty entirely and just have it as a road for the vehicles to be able to drive down. You know, when they're going to the silo. Get out of that, turn that off. So, we could do some oilseed radishing, couldn't we? Thing is, field 31 over here has got fertilizer on it. So, oilseed radishing field 31 would not be all that intelligent. Be a bit of a waste. Whereas 43 has absolutely nothing on it currently. So, I've got to reverse round again. Oh yeah, I need to sell some lettuces as well. Getting a bit of a pile up of lettuces. I've got quite a few now in back storage. Now, how big is this cedar? Can you remember off the top of your head? "12 meters. I don't know about that. I suppose I could do a course by course for field 43 seeding. That would be a possibility. think he's on his last run now. He's on his last headland, actually. So this fella could actually be programmed. Let's create a job. Field position. Okay, he's going to work a bit differently. That's fine. Start him off. He can go do the oilseed radishing. Yeah, so, am I? Do I need to, like, carry on with the, because it doesn't say, prune them yet. They're not, they haven't gone sort of brownie coloured, which I think is when you're supposed to use the, tool over here. Also, something else I've discovered. Okay. Come into my shed here for a minute, guys and girls. There's my tractor. And that's the only thing in this shed. Come over here. We've got my fertiliser spreader. But that's the only thing that is in this shed. Does anybody know where my mulcher and my subsoiler have gone? My little mulcher and my little subsoiler have disappeared. It's almost like they've been stolen. If I go into my owned equipment and look at mulchers, we don't have a little mulcher. I don't even apparently own any subsoilers. So I don't quite know what's happened there, but it's almost as if I've lost 2 of my pieces of equipment. Someone's stolen 2 bits of my equipment. I've been robbed. Don't know whether that's something that's happened with the update. I didn't notice in the last video. Because obviously it's not equipment I'm looking at all the time. I never noticed it in the last video. But yeah, I've definitely lost 2 bits of stuff. Yeah, there's the flour, look. So yeah, I probably need to go and get the flour in a minute. 23,000 every trailer load. I'm guessing we've still got tons. Oh yeah, 652,000. Yeah, we're going to get rich from a year's worth of silage, ladies and gents. We're going to get very rich off our silage. We may be buying big field. So anyway, bring the trailer down to the grain mill, grab the flour, run that up to the bakery, make sure the bakery is fully stocked. One of the things I don't happen to have is I didn't set up an auto drive route down that other main road. So like if I want to go to from the bakery to the farm shop, he's got to come all the way around here. He's got to come all this way round. He can't just turn right out of the bakery and head to the farm shop. Now, this could be interesting, because I thought there was an issue with auto-load pallets. We'll find out if there is or not. How many do we have available to us? Not a lot, I'm guessing. Oh, there's a bit of sorghum in storage. Okay, we perhaps didn't need flour at the bakery. Maybe we won't be delivering flour to the bakery today. We'll load the trailer up, but we're not going to use it. We can fit another 8 pallets on there. So that should be enough to slowly bring this down. That's fine. That's loaded up for another day. Right. Mr. Massey is going to continue taking all that stuff. This fella has finished his cultivating. So we can bring the fence back. Give the cultivator a bit of a clean off. Park it back in the shed. We're not going to need that until the end of winter, when we do the cultivating ready for spring seeding. Right, firstly, let's give it all a wash. That might be scratches rather than dirt. I think that's paint wear. Yeah, the dirt actually washes off very, very quickly. Okay. Give everything a quick repair. It's not like we're short on money. Because, like I say, Mr. Massey keeps filling us up. But yeah, I'm going to need to replace my I need to replace my mini mulcher, my little mulcher and my little subsoiler, which is a bit of a pity, really. Like I say, Mr. Seeder's doing the oilseed radish for me. All is going well in that sense. So yeah, we'll have to cultivate this field again at the end of winter. So people say, well, you've cultivated the field twice. Why? Well, get the oilseed radish ploughed in, mulched in. Sets us up nicely then for our next crop. Like I say, we'll probably just sling soybeans back on this field again. Because we did get a fairly decent amount off of it. And then we'll see how we go. But ladies and gentlemen, I've reached the end of today's episode. When we come back, I can tell you now, I'm probably going to play ahead off camera. Because it is October, so I'm probably going to play November, December, January. The winter months where, you know, we don't do any field work. I'm basically just moving pallets and products and stuff about, and then we'll come back. We'll bring you guys back ready for the late winter sort of field work, the cultivating, fertilizing if we still need to do any, that kind of stuff. And then we'll be into March, where we'll be getting obviously our crops planted again. So thank you for watching today's episode, everybody. I will see you all again with another video very, very soon. But for now, from me, take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Goodbye.